Today we're diving into some fan art of Cyberpunk 2077, a world where it's all high-tech and low-life. Cybernetics replace skin and bone, and bullets meet brains. Some of you may know Cyberpunk from the original RPG game back in the 80s, others may have been pulled into Night City through the hit anime Edgerunners on Netflix, and then there are the folks like me who remember that legendary trailer from 2013, the one that made us believe in a groundbreaking sci-fi experience that would redefine the genre. And then we waited for 9 years. And then the game finally dropped, and let's just say it was, It's a shame that so many people associate Cyberpunk 2077 with bugs and a disastrous launch. It took 9 years to release and then another 3 years to become playable. After all of that, I'm still a big fan of the game, and I hope that the devs have learned a valuable lesson for the sequel. Right, devs? Anyway, let's jack in, choom. We're painting V from Cyberpunk today. Welcome to Night City, a world where you can take your custom character and become an Edgerunner. Hero or villain, that's all up to you. So let me introduce you to my custom character V. She's a hacker/stealth build with a lot of points and cool, so wait, hey, look out for that! Ow! Okay, that's it, we're walking back home. Okay, so at V's apartment, we're gonna take a look at her wardrobe and see if we can find an outfit that suits her best for this fan art. After all, in Night City, looks are everything. I like the way this jacket looks, and I think it really complements the baggy pants and heel boots. So let's skedaddle over to the mirror where we can grab a few pics of our face for drawing reference, making sure to get all the angles so I can pose however I need. That's it for reference photos, so now it's time to greet the day the Cyberpunk way. For this fan art, I've got an interesting pose in mind that's a bit more complex than usual. I'm starting with Clip Studio Paint to pose a 3D model of a motorcycle with V jumping off towards the camera. I like to imagine this scene as her getting away after a successful mission, sneaking in quietly and blasting out noisily, as stealthy missions tend to go for me. Next, I'm heading to my sketchbook to break down V's outfit and the pose into big, simple shapes. This helps me when I transition into digital. I'm using the official Cyberpunk 2077 art book for reference on her gear and tech. Pro tip, when you're working on fan art, it's always a good idea to grab the official art book for deeper insights into the world and characters. You might even pick up a few tricks that make your work even better. Alright, time to get this baby into the net. Let's jack in. Bypassing the mainframe, spiderwebbing the firewall, accessing the flux wave. Random access memory, charge up the boot processor, and welcome to the Matrix. Now I'm aligning my sketch with a 3D model for accuracy. Although the sketch we made has useful info, I'm going to be doing one more digital pass to iron out the final details before diving into line work and painting. I'm using the 3D models to keep track of distance and perspective, especially since this piece is action-packed. Normally I draw out everything by hand, but this time I want to focus on making V look dynamic and intense. I added a little extra cyberpunk flair by having V run over some poor gonk from the Maelstrom gang. Those guys are always causing trouble for me, so it feels fitting. During the painting stage, I'm trying my best to add colors to the skin and clothes that show texture and material without adding too much crunchy detail. This piece is already as visually noisy as it gets, with a grenade being chucked right towards the camera, a guy getting ran over by a motorcycle, and of course our main heroine launching herself into action. There's just a lot going on, so there isn't really the need to go in and add every single detail, but you can still hint at those details in your rendering. In Photoshop, I'm adding additional streaks to push the movement and energy of our piece. Our brains naturally associate imbalance with motion, thanks gravity, so tilting elements diagonally helps make the action feel more dynamic. And here's the final piece. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It took a while to get the pose and details just right, but it was totally worth it. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe, just as the corpos of YouTube demand, and I'll see you next time with another fan art project. Until then,
goodbye.
Go make something awesome.